Hey there. Imagine if every time you tried to rent a place, a mysterious wizard named Landlord the Greedy showed up, waved his wand, and poof, the price just jumped by 20%.
No explanations. No merci.
Just, this is the way. Okay, so there's no actual wizard. But for millions of people around the world, rent really does feel like magic, black magic. Keeps going up, faster than wages, faster than inflation, faster than your ability to text your landlord in all caps. So, what's going on here? Let's start with Bob. Bob is your classic normal guy. He's 27, works full-time, eats cereal at night, and finally decides it's time to move out of his parents' basement. He finds a nice little apartment downtown. Nothing fancy, just one bathroom, 2 cockroaches, a balcony that's more metal suggestion than outdoor escape. The rent, way more than Bob expected. But hey, he moves in anyway. He's got a steady job. He can make it work. Now, fast forward a year. Bob gets the dreaded email. Hi Bob, due to market conditions, your rent is going up by $300 per month. Have a nice day. Smiley face. Market conditions? What does that even mean? Did the building start doing yoga? Did the walls become more emotionally available? Nope. Let's zoom out for a second. There are a few big reasons rent keeps rising. Some obvious, some sneaky. But it all starts with a basic truth. People need places to live. And when something is necessary, it becomes valuable. But here's the kicker. We're not building enough new places fast enough. In many big cities, construction is like trying to run in a swimming pool, slow, frustrating, and somehow always blocked by something. Take Alice, for example. Alice wants to build a small apartment building on a piece of land she owns. She's got the money, the blueprints, and even a construction crew called Hammer Time. They wear overalls and sing while they work. It's a whole vibe. But before she can build, she runs into zoning laws. Now, zoning laws are like that one teacher who insists everything be just so. You want to build apartments? Sorry, this area is zoned for single-family homes only. Try again. You want to go taller than 2 stories? Not in this neighborhood. You want to build affordable housing? EW. So Alice spends months or years arguing, filling out paperwork, attending local hearings where 92-year-old Carl says the building will ruin his view of the bushes. And in the end, maybe she gives up. Multiply Alice's story by thousands of cities and millions of units. And what do you get? Not enough supply. But demand? Oh, demand is doing squats and lifting weights. People are moving to cities. Young folks are moving out. Remote workers are moving in. Investors are buying up properties and turning them into Airbnbs. The result? More people chasing fewer available apartments. And you know what happens when demand is high but supply is low? Prices climb like a squirrel on Red Bull. Now let's go back to Bob. Bob's landlord isn't necessarily an evil goblin rubbing their hands together in a gold-plated jacuzzi. Sometimes landlords raise rents just to keep up with their rising costs, property taxes, insurance, maintenance, maybe even the HOA's new obsession with marble lobby fountains. But sometimes they just raise the rent because they can. Remember, there are 10 other Bobs waiting to rent that place if Bob leaves. And at least 3 of them are tech bros with bonuses. So landlords charge more. Bob either pays up or packs up. But here's where it gets spicy. Sometimes landlords raise rent just because they can. Not because the building magically improved or the pipes started singing opera. Just because the market lets them. And in many places, the market isn't even a person anymore. It's software. Yep. Algorithm, literal rent-raising robots, scan the area, compare prices, and say things like, you could charge $200 more and still get a tenant. So landlords do. Now zoom out even further. Investors and big companies are buying up more homes, not to live in them, but to treat them like cash machines. They turn long-term rentals into short-term ones. They hold properties empty as assets. They treat housing like stock. And if you're Bob, who just wants a clean apartment and maybe a cat someday, you're competing with tech bros, tourists, and hedge funds. Meanwhile, building new homes still slow. Zoning laws are outdated. Construction costs are rising. Interest rates are higher, so fewer developers take the risk. At the same time, more people are moving to cities. More jobs, more universities, more everything. But the buildings aren't keeping up, so supply stays low. Demand keeps climbing. Rents go up and up and up. And let's not forget inflation. When groceries, gas, And gym memberships get pricier, landlords feel the squeeze too. Some raise rent to cover higher costs. Others, well, they just see it as a golden excuse. So what happens to Bob? He's stuck. He can't afford to buy a home because rent eats his savings. And every year, his rent rises just enough to make him nervous, but not enough to move. Multiply that by millions of people, and you've got a global rent crisis. So, in conclusion, rent keeps rising not because of one evil wizard, but because of a messy combo. Not enough housing, too much demand, zoning drama, investor pressure, and a dash of digital greed. And while Bob just wants a place to live, the system treats homes like lottery tickets. If you want me to explain more of these weird but important money topics, hit like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.